Welcome everyone to our PC stream, our second one of March. We're getting things set up at the moment. Now, I think as we've got ourselves already our bracket set up, let's take a quick look across and see how things are going. So, we've got ourselves a cozy tournament today with just 5 teams playing, which means we'll try and pad things out a little bit with some custom games. So, on top we've got, oh boy, Unterwelt? I'm not sure what that's about. I presume Underworld translates to something, but I'm not sure what it is, so I apologise if it's something rude. Alright, we've got Gods going up against Homer? Or Llama? With a dot in the middle? I'm not sure. Let you guys know. Let's see. And of course last we have the Green Storm against Rock Army, which will be the teams we'll be looking to grab hold of first of all. I think they're still getting ready at the moment, so what we might do is, in the spirit of Super Happy Fun Times and the fact that I can sort of semi-play on PC, not well, but at least I'm not completely useless on PC, that we'll get ourselves a game going first of all, a free-for-all on the museum. How outrageous. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Intense Gamer. Which giveaways were you talking about? I'll just get us into this custom game. So ESL123, if you'd like to come and join in, we will probably have to abandon ship on this custom game before it's done. But hey, it'll help us kill a little bit of time while we're waiting for our first round pass key. MC5 Hacks, when's the next Community Cup going to be? Radu is away at the moment, so I imagine once he comes back, I believe there was some talk of making it more of a regular thing. If that is the case, then it may well end up being on a kind of like a weekly basis, but it's a little early to kind of to say anything for certain. Let's see. So I don't know if because of, unfortunately, the timing sort of worked out a bit weirdly, that the FAQ, which I was looking to get you guys, I don't think it went up, but for any of you guys who missed the last Community Cup and the Q&A that came with it, I'll just run through what was said in there. So for any of you guys who are wondering about the iOS and Android cross-platform, when that's going to be done, there's still work that needs to be completed as far as the optimizing Android fully. Apparently once Android is fully optimized, that's when the server merge will happen. MC5 Hacksaw, you're still waiting on some credits. Was that from last week or from before that? Decade? I'm not sure about, sorry about my Skype sound there. Decade, I'm not sure about any, I haven't got any information about any new maps. All I really know is what comes out on the Facebook page, so I wouldn't really know anything more than you would in that regard. Let's see if we can get a few bodies in here. But yes, MC5 to Haxel, last I heard from Radu, he was saying that everything was up to date. I don't know why that was not the case. I'm afraid Sam Radu isn't here today. He's off on holiday at the moment, which is why things are a little bit delayed for the moment. But yes, Crap Baskets Android would never be optimized. I think that's a little unlikely. But no, does no one... Yeah, I can see people talking about me in the main chat. Let's see if we can get a few of you guys in. Let's see if we can fill up this free-for-all. Intense Gaming Awakening since 24th of February. Yes, that is definitely way too long. Okay, well, it kind of works out that we haven't had too many people join this one, because we have got our first round pass key. So let me just get across to there for that first round tournament match, which will be, I believe, between Green Storm and Rock Army. And we'll pick up the custom game stuff a little bit later on. Enrique the Butthole, I don't know if, I haven't heard any plans about what's going on with Windows Phone. I haven't heard anything specific about Windows Phone, to be honest. So I'm not sure, I'm afraid, if there's any plans in that regard. But when Radu gets back and we do another question and answer thing, then that's a good time to bring that up. Silverwolf, thanks for dropping by the stream. Intense gamer, yes, I can't claim to have any particular insight into the game loft decision making process, I'm afraid. So I don't know. I don't know why this particular time and place, but that's what I've been told. Alright, let me just get set up for this one. So Green Storm, Rock versus Rock Army. Green Storm from Germany, Rock Army from Mexico, I believe. I have to check because I don't think these guys are using clan tags. Who's on which one? Always like it when people use clan tags. It makes it a lot easier for me. Let's see. So Green Storm have got themselves. Okay, Green Storm are over on the red team. So let me just get that set up. Green Storm and Rock Army. It looks like the players are just kind of getting in at the moment, so hopefully it won't be too far off getting started. There we go. Whoops. I'll just need to fix that. But please do bear with us for a second and we'll be getting started with our first game soon. Actually, while we're waiting for this one to get started, I realised I didn't get through to the end of the stuff from the Q&A before, so I don't know how many of you guys didn't make it along to the last Community Cup, but yes. So just to quickly go back through all of that, just before we get started. So yes, so we've got the cross-platform, which will be sorted out as soon as the Android optimizations are up to snuff. Apparently there's been talk of, because I know you guys have obviously very much noticed that the lag has become ubiquitous in ESL competitive play. There is because they're not fully decided on how to balance it yet. Apparently there have been talks internally about balancing about banning out the lag until they decide on the appropriate changes to go through with. So if that does move forward, then that's going to be one of those things that would change the landscape quite a lot. They're also considering doing general sniper and pistol balancing rock. Hey, Energy. And the Evil Eye core is going to get looked at because, again, it's something that gets used a lot. And I suspect they want to try and mix things up a little bit. I did have questions before about what it kind of takes for somebody to get their idea on the ESL rules feedback responded to in kind of an official capacity. And that's something that's apparently going to be looked at. There's no kind of like set number as of yet, but once Redu gets back, I'm gonna see if we can nail something down to make sure that when you guys do give suggestions, which have been loads of great suggestions on the ESL Modern Combat Discord, on the ESL Rules feedback page, that even if it's a kind of weird Gameloft rather are aware of the particular thing that you're talking about and that they're taking it under consideration, then it's something. Hero JK, I'm afraid as far as any account banning stuff goes, I can't really help you. I don't have access to anything to do with people's accounts. These Gameloft support, I guess, is probably who you've been dealing with already. I can't really know what else to suggest apart from maybe just file a new ticket and see if you can get a new person to deal with if the person you're currently dealing with isn't helping you very much. Yes, Rainbow, hopefully you're doing alright. Yes, Enrique the player, you are right that you've got we tend to see the LAC and the BSW used kind of all the time anyway. So hopefully both, kind of all the snipe, because you're right that if they'll say the LAC is banned out, the people will just go on to the next available sniper rifle. So I'm hoping that they'll take account of that and make sure that all of the sniper rifles won't just end up being swapped around, because it feels like that's just a waste of time. Anyway, this is a really small thing. The next one is that Radu was thinking that it would be relatively straightforward for them to put in an option for custom games to make it so that it's locked to pistols only, which again is super small as an idea, but will give us a few more ways to mess around. I know that a lot of people have been asking over time about a zombie mode for Modern Combat 5. He said that it would probably happen at some point, but not in the immediate future. So that's a kind of it's pretty broad, that answer, but it means that they've at least heard that people are interested in it. Something which I put to Redu was the idea of having a capture the flag specific map to kind of allow for, or like a kind of a modified version of a map that would allow for more fulfilling capture the flag gameplay. But I don't know if oops, excuse me then. Let me get that out of the way. Changing over the notes here. I use Notepad++. It's very good. Yes, that's maybe a possibility. I don't know if you guys have any strong feelings about the capture the flag and capture the flag kind of on the regular maps. Illumination Gaming, yes, I saw that you got the BSW. That's really cool. I don't know how long it takes to get all the upgrades and things so you can be really working on the same level, but yeah, if you want to be a good old sniper, then I think the BSW is a very good way to go. I think people kind of get interchangeably with the LAC as well. They're both relatively effective. MC5 to hack, so I'm afraid while Redu is away, I had been told that everybody should be up to date on their credits, so that seems like that's bad times if that's not the case. I'm afraid we'll have to wait until he comes back, but yes, I'm very sorry for you that you have not received those. Enrique the player, you think setting the capture flag limit to 5? That seems like something that would be relatively easy to do. I'll add that to my notes. Let's see. Capture flag. Score limit. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Enrique the player. I think adding that as an option for capture the flag is very good. Hero JK, thinking the Dreadeye bullet should bounce only once. Yep, I think that's a good idea. I think that was brought up during the stream, but I'll make a little note of it. Dreadeye bounce only once. Because yes, you're right, that would, I think, make it a lot less crazy. Let's see. Okay, I think we might be finally getting the rock players in. Let's do They were considering or rather Gameloft are considering adding VIP to the squad battle queue. Don't know what you guys think of that. AB Hypex, thanks for dropping by the stream. Prefer it if you didn't, like, try and antagonize everyone in the stream. So with that in mind, I'm going to give you a little trip to the Timeout Brigade. Maybe you'll chill out by the time you come back, because it looks like the Rock and Rollers are pretty much in place, so we can get our first game started. Right, I think we'll be getting underway in just a second. Right, let's just see if I can get the last bit of Q&A stuff done before we do so. So there was some talk about changing around the rewards for Squad Battle, but it's something that's on their radar, but I don't think anything's been has been sorted out as of yet. Via Maka, I won't be playing it in the ESL because it's a bit of a it's like, it doesn't necessarily lead to a conflict of interest for me, but it's you can't really cast it and play it at the same time. But Via Maka, nice to see you. Let's see, what else was there? Okay, we'll have to come back to that in a minute because we need to get ourselves underway. So, Rock Army against Green Storm will be our first one for the day, heading onto the construction site. Let's get things going for PC Cup number 2 of March. Green Storm from Germany, Rock Army from Mexico. Let's get into the game proper. Let's get ourselves some explodies and kabooms and get things underway for game 1 of the day. I'm aware that looking at it now, it looks like the top of the screen is a little cut off, but hey, we'll sort that out in between games because the PC client is a little flighty. If I alt tab, so I won't risk it and potentially kick us out of the game. Instead, we shall just see how things go. Hey Rabbit YouTube, thanks for dropping by the stream. Watch out for Nightbot because yes, Nightbot is not a fan of all those caps. Cops, you are NG Cops. Is NG Cops playing in this game? I don't see an NG Cops. Looks like Green Storm are starting out pretty well. Construction site so far, laying in their hands. We can see the Rock Army are trying to hold on to the western side of the map and have managed to trade back a couple of those early kills. So it's starting to get things a little bit more under control. I think they had a disconnect to start with, which can't have helped things. Let's see if we can find some of these high rollers. Oh boy, I don't even know how to say that person's name. Oh, there we go, Raphael. So Raphael currently 3-0 for the side of Green Storm, doing some really, really nice work. But will get taken out. It's actually come up to 9 versus 9 after Raphael took that first death after a very, very strong early opening. We'll get taken down again. And now it's Rock Army who are back in control. Apache rocking the little helicopter icons, I believe, off to the side. It's going to get a lot of time, but not actually a kill there. There we go. Apache taking out a Nexus. I think they may have been overloading. Yusuf and Enrique, I can see that you're both seem like you're talking about in-game ratings. I don't know what's going on with that. I would definitely get in touch with Gameloft support. That's support.gameloft.com. They will be the ones who are going to help you out with that, because that sounds pretty weird. And yes, I don't want you to be losing out on all of your hard-earned ratings. But yeah, guys, definitely. The Gameloft support address, support.gameloft.com, will be on the screen in between. Hey, Majid. How's it going? Oh, why the sad face? Thank you for the flower, though. That was very kind of you. Alright, so looking back into things, let's see how those kills align. So Apache and Raphael both doing a lot of the work, but for the side of Green Storm, They've also got a secondary Muslim, 6 and 4, and a Nexus. So the two strong players propping up the Green Storm scoreline for the time being. Yeah, Majid, if you used to play the game, you might like some of the stuff that's come in more recently. But even if you're not a current player, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy this tournament and maybe consider coming back into the fold one day. So Apache takes out Raphael. Pretty important for Rock Army to take out that #1 player. As Raphael nails a kill through on Broly. Green Storm managed to get themselves the lead for a while. As Sombra takes out Muslim, keeps Rock Army rocking for the time being with a series of untraded kills. Could be looking to try and take out those spawns, and Sombra's doing a great job. Went from a very poor record to suddenly quite a lot. The Manha, when are you going to do a Modern Combat 6 Cup? Do you mean a Modern Combat Versus Cup? I don't believe that Spectator is currently currently implemented for Modern Combat Versus, so I think that's what's keeping there from being any cups. But I imagine it will happen at some point. Kieran Alex, can we donate? I don't think so. But thank you for asking. That's a very kind question, Kieran Alex. Rabbits YouTube, you don't care for the Dreadeye? Well, absolutely. Send in an email, moderncombatcommunity@gmail.com. If you can explain why you don't like the Dreadeye and what you'd like to see done about it, then that does get passed across to the developers. Enrique the player, is Modern Combat versus Modern Combat 5 and Modern Combat 6 the same thing? I'm not sure, really. I guess that would be more of a developer question. I think I'm not sure what the Kieran Alex, honestly, I don't know why I suspect that there could be, well, because the stream isn't primarily done on Twitch, you need to have, I think we probably have, like, I don't think it could be Twitch, I don't think a Twitch partnership could be put in place because not a lot of people watch on Twitch, but possibly something could be done with the YouTube. As Henki and Muslin tie things up 45-45. It's coming down to the wire here. Very good opening match between these two. Apache, I think, is probably leading on raw kills, but a Nexus has stepped up for Green Storm. But Pepe and Sombra both get kills through, and the Rock Army take that first game. Very well played. Of course, we'll be jumping into Game 2 as soon as we possibly can. But yes, Apache and Pepe both doing very good jobs there for their teams. Alright guys, we'll head ourselves to a small break, but we will get those giveaways started soon. I'll put them up on the stream once they're ready, because we have only got a short tournament today, so we'll be going through as fast as possible. But yes, thank you for the suggestion, Kieran Alex. We'll be back in a little while. Alright guys, we're just waiting on that Rock Army against Greenstorm Game 2 to get started, so while we are, why don't we see if we can fit in some extra stuff. Oh! The humanity! We've got a pass here literally the moment I tried to get set up. So, well, never mind all of that. Alright, well, in good news, we won't have to wait much longer for our next game between those two. Hopefully we'll have the Rock guys turn up a little bit quicker. Yes, Illumination Gamer, thank you for that. So yes, I'm not an admin, I am merely a humble streamer. But it doesn't matter if it's in caps, in lowercase, whatever combination is fine. As long as it's #quarter on the Facebook page, it's all good. Right, let me just make sure I've got everything in place. Okay, it looks like Rock Army are staying over on the blue side as we head to the streets for the second game of today. So, Shazam! So, game 1 did go to Rock Army. Very, very even first game. And I believe technically our semi-finals, just because of the way the brackets have worked out. So once this series is over, the Twitch giveaway will be concluded and we will draw a Twitch winner before moving on to our next giveaway. We'll fit all 4 giveaways in somehow or other during the course of today, so don't you worry. But it does mean that we'll be going through those giveaways pretty quickly. So get your entries in while you can. If this is a 2-0, that's when we'll end that one. If it goes to a third game, then we'll do it once the match has been decided. Hopefully that's relatively clear. Alright, so we've just got to wait for this to get all set up. So while we do, and just to reiterate, it's #quarter on Twitch if you want to join in. Let's finish off that Q&A stuff. So, what do we have? What do we have? Someone did bring up the idea of a quick play queue for Modern Combat 5, which is effectively like a squad battle or just like a regular ranked play, but just without the numbers. I think usually new queues are looked upon a little dimly because they split the player base, but it did seem like something that Redu would maybe put forward. And also, as a last thing, there's talk about adding a ping indicator to the game. So while your internet connection might be fine to browse web pages, sometimes I think the connection between you and the server can be a bit wonky, even if your server connection to the internet is good in and of itself. So it will help game loss support identify when people are having problems caused by bad connections to the server. Naji Genos over on the Facebook page. I'm afraid I don't know the details of any kind of anti-cheating measures put in place, but I believe they are currently being worked on. So I don't know. Well, if you give it a try. Sorry for the horrible Maulinger name, but by the way, Naji, if you give it a try and see if the stuff that has been changed in the intervening time is enough. Alright, it looks like we are nearly ready to get going. So, do let us know in the chat as well. Just out of interest, do you think Green Storm can bring this one back, or do you think it's going to be all Rock Army? Enrique the player, you'd like to see Modern Combat 6 go back to the modern era? That'd be better than Modern Combat 4. Hopefully not pay to win. I think there was probably always going to be a progression system in the when it comes to multiplayer sort of mobile games, but if you'd like to see kind of a particular approach adopted by Gameloft, absolutely let them know through the emails, and perhaps they might implement your suggestions. Alright, Rock Army versus Green Storm, semi-final game 2. We shall see how things progress. And join us once more as we head onto the battlefield, ESL style. Yeah guys, what do you think? Rock Army, Green Storm? As we look ourselves across what will soon become a bloody battlefield. Sombra will be our first contestant. Xmajid 999. When you were 12 years old, I was playing Modern Combat. Until now, this game took my heart. Ah, well, I'm glad. Well, I'm not sure if you still play, but even if you don't, I'm glad that it brought you happiness in the intervening time. Hey, Wizard, what a great name. So let's get things kicked off with Green Storm taking an early lead. Let's jump around and see if we can find someone who's right mix of a couple. Aha! Raphael, an excellent subject for us to examine as they go up and give Apache the old stabberoo. Raphael spawning back in and does get... Oh, nice, using the thermal scope. It's going to have access to some of the back line of the Rock Army, but things are still pretty darn even. Raphael leading the score at the moment, but does have a lot of deaths as well. That thermal scope, again, pretty good at spotting out hidden targets, but they will be the ones getting spot out to themselves. Still dead even. We expected this after game number 1 to have a very, very competitive game between the two of these. Let's see. Aha, Muslim. I don't think we spent too much time with that, as they managed to KO the other member of Rock Army in close quarters. They do give up their life, but the rest of Green Storm able to follow up quickly. Yes, Illumination Gaming. Who doesn't love a thermal BSW? Very, very good on the rooftops. as Greenstorm start to build up a little bit of momentum. Muslim takes out Pepe, but off screen the Rock Army are starting to make a little bit of a comeback here. Pepe providing fire support from the upper gantries. I think it's going to struggle a little bit to find a target. Oh, nice shot there onto Muslim as they attempted to mantle over. A very dangerous proposition, though. If they had managed to land, I think they would have taken at least one member of Rock Army with them. Why is it the lack is OP? Well, that's certainly an opinion that perhaps more than a few people holds. I mean, the players in the tournament use it enough to suggest that it's certainly a very, very strong weapon. Dropping with the Apache, who's gonna have his Famalam, or have their Famalam overhead, as you can hear. Not an attack helicopter, but hey. Apache gonna look for another transitioning member, and a Nexus goes down. Rock Army starting to catch up as Muslim continues to pick up kills. But there we go, Rock Army have equalized just before the halfway part. Enrique, you think the lack is the same as the Prestige snipers? I think that's yeah, I think that's not completely off mark, certainly. I think, well, as we said, Gameloft are looking at snipers in general. So I think I would be very, very surprised if there weren't significant changes made. The Power versus Grinder. Oh, that's a good one. I do remember when Verpower was like everywhere, and it certainly did make it feel a lot more futuristic to have everyone shooting lasers at each other. I can't remember quite when it all got changed, but certainly hasn't been seen for a while. 40-40, 3 minutes left to play, and both of these teams are raring to go. Not going to have any chance of seeing a time-out victory here from either side. Apache, nice high ground advantage, but actually does get cut down anyway. Greenstorm with the 1 kill. In the lead now, make that 2. As Sombra's going to get things mixed up in close quarters. That BSW still pretty effective. But Greenstorm with a numbers advantage. Will they keep on advancing, or will they fall back and make Rock Army hurt for each kill? Raphael gets 1 more in. Sombra taken out as well. Very bad situation for Rock Army to find themselves in. Loads of time to work with, but not loads of kills. So Pepe closes nearly all of that gap with 2 kills by themselves before finally falling down. Ako takes out Raphael on the backside. Just 2 more kills to go for both of them. Ako has got the drop. And yeah, there we go. Rock Army, again, at the very last moment, steal away the game. They will be taking our first grand final spot. Alright, so with that, let's just make sure that my admins are all up to date. So running things on that particular side are It's Sylar and Envy. So if you catch those guys in the chat, please send your love, because they are working hard behind the scenes to make sure everything goes ahead as planned. But yes, so Rock Army with a couple or 2 games with last second victories will get into that first final spot. I believe the other semi-finals may well be about to start, so we'll jump over there if we can. So let's see about our Twitch giveaway. So our Twitch giveaway winner will be Neos the Fourth. Neos the Fourth. If you are still around, if you could post your dog tag and your platform over on Twitch, in Twitch comments, or Twitch chat, I guess, then it will mark you down for 400 credits to come in a couple, usually 2 to 3 weeks once they got processed through by Gameloft directly. So once again, Neos the Fourth, if you could post into that, then we'll get you all sorted out. Just make a note of your name here, Neos the Fourth. But yes, so Beast Gaming makes a good point there. So in the other fourth, if you're... Oh, there you are still on Twitch. For any of you guys who win a giveaway, you'll need to post your dog tag and platform on that same platform that you won on. Because otherwise someone can just make an account with your name on it on a different platform and steal your credits, which I would not want to happen. Either way around it, we will be back soon with another game of Mortal Kombat 5. We'll be moving on to Facebook for our second giveaway of the day. But I'll put the details of that up on the screen in just a few minutes, so please do stay tuned. More giveaways, more Mortal Kombat 5, all the good things in the world coming up soon. Alright guys, we are just waiting on our next semi-final to get underway, which will be Unterwelt versus Gods. But while we do, let's see if I can tease you guys, let you guys into a custom game. Oh, Emily Rowland, well, you are more than welcome. I have to admit, it wasn't actually my idea in the first place, but I'm glad that you enjoyed talking to the developers. That I believe that should be back again in the future. Illumination Gaming. I don't know if you were here for when I was telling you what, saying what was covered in the developer talk, but there will be another one down the line. Yes. Oh yes, you can always watch it on YouTube as well if you like. That's Mortal Kombat 5 versus the community. That was, I think originally that was intended to be a lot of games and just a little Q&A, but it became mostly Q&A and very few games. But if you'd like to hear from the not only the community manager Radu, but also the new community manager who will be working alongside him, so twice as much community manager, whoa, then you can watch that old video. Right, so let's see, do any of you guys want to play a team battle on rooftops? I'll keep spamming out those invites and see if we can get some bodies in here, because when we're playing on the PC it's the time I can kind of actually join in all proper like. And as always, we may have to jump out. Okay, I believe that the Unterwelt versus Gods game is currently ongoing. Hey, Just Neos. So we'll just have to join that part way through. The community stream is not on YouTube, really? Oh, that's strange. It should be. I know a little while back some of the videos weren't showing up on YouTube because they were being defaulted to unlisted. But I think someone just messed with the defaults. Maybe that's happened again. Thank you, Enrique the player. I will add that to my notes as something that needs to be checked. Hibbity hibbity hibbity. Alright, it might just be you and me, Neos. We'll see if we can get a few more people in. I know probably a lot of you guys are playing on Android or iOS. Let's see. Hey, Juan on top. Good to see you smorking around the place. Alright, I'll do one more round of invites and then I guess we'll just get started as one-on-one, and that, oh boy, that's yeah, right. That might not go well. But hey, whatever. I want to see if hopefully we can get started before. Alright, I'm going to get us going. So we at least got something on stream while we wait for that other semi-final to get its game 1 done so that we can join in. Beast Gaming, March 31st, Android NASA Gaming versus Score Gaming. Beast Gaming, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Is there some sort of special event going on between those two teams? Are they doing like their own little tournament or something? Because that would be pretty neat. Enrique the player, I'm absolutely terrible on mobile, which is why I tend to only actually directly join in the games on PC. Because I'm not good on PC, but comparatively I'm amazing compared to how well I play on mobile. Oh boy, it's 2v1. Hope you guys can come and help me out. ESL 123 is all you need. So, since I'm on the heavy class, I probably want to try and get myself away from these open areas, the rooftops, and into the lower levels. Beast Gaming, sorry, they're playing in ESL on March 31st, so next week. Interesting. How do you know that they are playing each other specifically, or am I misunderstanding you? Ooh, I saw a shadow. Oh man. Aha! Neos, suck it down. Aha! Good to see a few more people connecting. Emily Rowland, switch on the opponent's camera for a second to see where they are. Wait, how do I switch on the opponent's camera?
I like what's happening here.
I wasn't aware there was an opponent's camera. But if there is, I'm all for it. Oh no! Boutros shot me in the butt. The noob tube? Well, I am the noobiest of all the tubers. So it seems like the most appropriate weapon. Oh no! Ah, okay. One of the harder maps to keep track of everybody on. Ah, good job, Soy. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Oh man, that was a very unfortunate time to change weapons. Hey, look at me, ma. I can slide everywhere I go. Alright, I'm gonna try and stick with my buddy. My friend. My #1 person. Hey, MC5 Haxel. Ooh, I killed someone. And then I died, but I did kill someone. Hey, Musa OP. Good to see ya. Why would you come and join me? Oh, I have got some other loadouts. When next time I get clocked, I will change to them and recare the player. It's a good thought.
Recon aircraft spotted.
It's been a while since you've seen Izanagi on it. Modern Combat 5. What's Izanagi? Yeah, I feel like I missed something. Well, again, I killed someone. I feel like I accomplished something. I feel like I didn't accomplish something very much with that life. Emily Rowland, you thought you could switch cameras, you do like an ESL. I mean, if I could, then I totally would. I think my friend, is in trouble.
Enemy recon activated.
Where are these enemy crabs? Haha! I nuked him right in the tube. Ooh, I like the sight on this. Aha! So, this is a particular piece of advice I picked up from day 9, which is that if you're going to die anyway, well, as a team member or on anything really, just try and die slowly so that... Oh, pants. So that your teammate can do whatever they can to get back into the game. Oh, hello. Just a second. I think we've got a pass key for our next game. Yes. Alright, so I'll have to leave you guys to it. We've got Unterwelt versus Gods. Unterwelt? I think it's Unterwelt. Won game 1, so we'll be jumping across that in just a moment. Thank you guys for sticking with us. So we're back in just a couple of minutes as we've jumped into lobby. Facebook giveaway will be over. as soon as this next semi-final is done, and we are coming into game number 2, so it could end in this game. Just a second, folks, as I jump into the game. It looks like the players are nearly all ready, so I'm going to make sure that I am as well. Hopefully the team's names will work okay. Okay, it looks like everything's fine. So, Unterwelt will be playing over on the blue side, Gods over on the red. It looks like the Gods are just getting into lobby now, so we'll still be a little bit more before we actually get everything underway, all nice and proper. But until we do, well, I'll let you guys in. MC5 Packs, I'm afraid I don't have any new information about when you would receive your credits. As far as I was aware, all of the people's credits receipt of credits should be up to date. But if that's not the case, I'm afraid all we can do is wait for Ready to come back and look into your case again. I can definitely understand it can be frustrating. I know that you've been trying to get those credits for a while. Schellenbrunn, have a seen #teabag. Not something that's fully unknown certainly in the custom games. I don't think people have time to actively disrespect their opponents during the tournament games. You have to be doing pretty freaking well to actually waste time after you kill someone. But during the custom games, yes, that does tend to happen quite a lot. So Schellenbrunn, please drop your hashtags of all varieties into the chat if things do get caught off. So Unterwelt are from Argentina. Neat. Let's start making some notes here. There have been a few Argentinian teams through. So Unterwelt, I believe, won that first game, so I'm just going to update the score. So we'll be going straight into game 2. Gods from India. Good to see some Indian teams playing today. So the way I remember the Indian flag is it's got colour at the top, colour at the bottom, and then a bit in between. So it kind of makes an eye if you kind of squint a bit. Hey, Agent 47, how's it going? EYB, this is on PC. I think we might be making a new lobby here, so just a second on that one. Let's see. Intense Gamer, your credits aren't up to date either? Oh man, that's no good. I'm afraid, again, we will just have to wait until Redu comes back from holiday. Well, Illumination Gaming, that's very kind of you to say. Well, we'll see. We'll see how things work out. I'm going to see if I can find... Okay, yes, I've had confirmation from Sylar, who's our admin today, that they're making another lobby, so we'll jump into that as soon as they've got it ready. I think they may have already. Just Neos, yes, you can win 2 giveaways, so feel more than free to enter in on Facebook as well, which is the current giveaway. #semi on there. Just enter that into the Facebook comments. Alright, yes, and it looks like they're back up and getting ready, so we'll jump back across to the lobby. Shazoom! Just letting Solar know that we're in. So we should be getting things kicked off in a second. So once more, we have got an Argentinian team, Unterwelt versus the Gods from India. We shall see how things go. First game, it did go over to Unterwelt. Game number 2, now on Scramble. We'll see if the Gods have got what it takes to fight off Unterwelt, or if instead we shall have ourselves another grand finalist. It's Sylar. Yes, in Facebook you need to add a comment to the Modern Combat page. So if you find the current video on facebook.com/Modern Combat and enter into the comments there, then you can enter your chance for the old giveaways. So yep, just checking back over there. So yes, Esmeralda, thank you for your entry, as is Baha Fauzi. So as I was saying, once this series is done, and if Unterwelt win one more, then we'll draw that giveaway, and we'll do a double giveaway during the course of our grand finals. Intense Gamer, well yes, if, like, there's nothing stopping you from entering the giveaway and also farming credits though. So, it's free stuff. It's not too bad. Alright, so it looks like all the players are in place. I believe we'll be getting kicked off in just a moment. Chellenbrum, who has the BSW 77? Illumination Gaming, probably the happiest BSW owner that I know. Yes, there's something to be said for, well, I suppose if everybody's overpowered then nobody's overpowered, it's kind of the kind of idea at play there. But yes, even though it's a very powerful weapon, you definitely do need to be pretty proficient with the old sniperoos before you can reliably get those kills through, because, you know, most people use those kind of weapons in the but yes, we'll just pop to a small break, and once we get started, we'll get things underway. Alright guys, thank you for your patience. We're getting the other semi-final underway at the moment. Facebook giveaway will be sorted out once this series is done and dusted. Underworld playing over on the blue with one game in hand. The gods wearing red. So we head on to Scramble. You can see storage over there. Our good friend Hangar 01 over here. And of course, the command center lurking over in the distance. Okay, test one. So, well, it's good to know that the Game Loss support have got a fix for the problem. So, well, I mean, that's kind of where I've been directing people anyway, who've been having problems with the ratings, but test one has been able to confirm, by having this done by Game Loss support, that they can fix the rating problems. So please get in touch with Game Loss support if you're having problems with the rating, and they will sort it out. Illumination Gaming, I know from when people used to have the Dreadeye in ESL that you wouldn't directly be aiming a ricochet at someone, but people would fire so often at slightly different angles that they would eventually hit somebody just by fluke. It's just, yeah, it's one of those things that unfortunately was pretty hard to deal with. Yes, Tez, thank you for updating us about that. That's good to know. As Evil gets a nice couple of sniper kills, of course. The Scramble map, all about finding these little points that you can fire through, where these little mini forts around the place that are very, very hard to deal with. Odds Shinigami almost gets taken out there. A stray shot. Ragnar trying to get the flank around, going to try and drive the Gods members away. Fires a little bit early there and ends up paying the ultimate price. Turkish Efren trying to play this out slow and steady, but the Gods are doing pretty good. So Illumination Gaming, yes, I mean, I don't think people would ever sort of get ricochets, in terms of, if you're standing around a corner, that somebody would intentionally ricochet and hit you with one shot, but they would be able to, it just makes it very difficult. But I can understand where you're coming from, Illumination. It's definitely a lot better than you would think from just from looking at it on paper. The idea of being able to bounce shots, 'cause it does sound like that would be too hard to really make good use of. But as it turned out, no, it wasn't at all. Alright, so the Gods doing pretty well so far. The team from India really managing to put down the pressure. MC5 to Haxel, thank you for that information about the Indian flag. I don't know if I will necessarily remember that, but that is interesting in itself. It's always nice to know what kind of, what component parts make up a flag. Because, there's a lot of history there. And, oof. Intense gamer, lol, he hit the wall. Well, yes. A bunch of kills coming in for Unterwelt, as we've got a little bit of the old toxic grenade going down. The Gods are doing exceptionally well, especially for a team who did lose out in the first game. I thought we might have something similar to the other semi-final on the hands, but no, actually very back and forth. TS1, you like update 20 for the Prestige event. The top 3 players received 1500 credits, whereas winners of ESL received 5000 per team. Airstrike comes in, gets Ragnar a kill for Unterwelt. The Gods still remain in control for the moment. Look to be really trying to put the pressure on Unterwelt, but it's a dangerous proposition. Fighting in these close quarters is so hard to predict. And the Gods lead only 5, now 4, now 3. After that exchange of gunfire, I don't know if the Gods can afford to fight in such a position where it actually seems like it's very hard to get a kill without it getting traded back straight away. The Imp S stats, 250 across the board. Interesting. Unterwell are catching up pretty rapidly on the gods. The Argentinian team, Unterwelt, are playing it over on the blue, have been behind by a pretty large margin for most of the match. They are so close to catching up once again. Enrique the player, if the Dreadeye bullet bounced and hits you, maybe make it so it kills the guy that shot the Dreadeye bullet gets killed by himself. Are you suggesting that if a Dreadeye player shoots a Dreadeye bullet and it ricochets and hits them, that it should kill them? I mean, I guess that could be a way of making it less effective, but I don't think that happens very often. Ragnar, 25 and 14 in this game with a 38% accuracy. That is crazy. Will get cut down by Evil in the close quarters. Gagandeep Singh, you should get the credits in 2 to 3 weeks. So we see this semi-final getting all kinds of tied up. Very well played by the gods there to equalise. But we'll be coming back in a little while with the end of our Facebook giveaway and the decider of who will be headed to the finals in just a few minutes' time. Let Sala know what's going on, and we'll BRB with more Modern Combat 5. Alright guys, welcome back to our second semi-final. Unterwelt against the Gods. The Gods from India did very well against the Unterwelt from good old Argentina in game 2. So we now head onto the rooftops and rush to get things underway. Alright, let's jump into things. So here we can see the object of our desires, the relay, the place where all things meet. Let's spend some time with a good French Inagami to start things off. It looks like Unterwelt have only had 3 members connect, which is a little bit of a problem. I think they are just coming in, and of course Unterwelt's probably not looking to take a fight, there we go, until all 5 members are around. Now the grenades can start coming out, looking to chance their arms. Turkish Afrin taking out Evil, first of all. Important on this elimination mode, every single kill matters. And if you are controlling that central relay, when the time runs out, you win that round. This is its own little mini best of 5. We'll see how things go. How will the Gods recover from that early death? Turkish, I think, might have overstepped a little bit. Realizes there are Gods members coming up the steps. One of the reasons why the top of the rooftops rather, so powerful is just because there's so few ways of getting up there. But Turkish does get taken down in that last exchange, and the Gods have found a way back in. I don't think they'll be able to actually get up onto the rooftops as yet, but Ragnar does get the kill to bring it to 4-3-3. The relay is currently controlled by Unterwelt as they get more kills in, and while that relay is controlled, up until the point the time runs down to 0, it will be generating intel, and Unterwelt not only win with multiple members still up, but have also got all that extra intel, those upgrade points, which will make game 2 all the easier for them. Alright, let's drop by with Ragnar. So notice on this rush mode, we expect the players to have obviously much lower kill counts when each round is elimination, so there's no respawns to bring it in. As first kill goes across to the, in fact first of several kills goes across to the Gods. Only 2 members of Unterwelt left standing after that first exchange, but Unterwelt still do control the central relay point, which is huge for them. God's gonna have to come to them in the next minute or so. Actually gonna approach from multiple sides, won't be able to use the numbers advantage, and that numbers advantage is starting to disappear. Now only 3v2. You can see how tightly Unterwelt are cohering as a team. Both team members, at least for the moment, covering each other's back. Gods gonna need to step up and get going. 40 seconds left now to control that central relay, or at least wipe out the rest of Unterwelt and end the round. While this is all going on, that intel we talked about before, those upgrade points are accumulating for Unterwelt. It's very rare for a team to be able to actually get that relay early on, but it seems like Ragnar is able to scare away the Gods for the time being. I think Leb, good reason to run, but only 10 seconds more. Are they gonna, if the Gods contest the relay, this round won't end, but it doesn't look like they're going to. I don't know if the Gods maybe just don't realize, but they are about to lose the point. No, they aren't, because well, for a second there, the Gods got 1 member on the relay, but it was not enough. The rest of the team not there to back them up, and Unterwelt take their second point. That's got to be disappointing for the Indian team, considering how well they did in the early going. Getting 3 kills through and not winning the round is just crazy. It felt like the Gods split themselves, spread themselves a little bit too thinly, and got punished for it pretty darn heavily. jump around a bit and see if we can find. So Evil, I think they're going to be the best performing member, yes, of the God's side, takes out one of the Underworld players. Again, advantage to the Indian side. They just need to put it home now. Evil almost gets kill number 2, but instead, off screen, the numbers getting equalized and Evil goes down. This is disastrous for the Indian side. They need to make a move quickly because the relay has been captured. Nice flankaroo, but somehow, some way it loses out that melee fight, and that means that it's 1v2 right now. The surviving members. Oh, Ragnar, the top player from Underworld, the only one to survive, and now we have ourselves some grand finalists. Alright guys, so let's sort ourselves out with the Facebook stream. So, our Facebook winner will be Shackman Ashton. Shackman Ashton, please post your dog tag and platform. And you'll be put in for 400 credits. Alright guys, so we've got a grand finals to prepare for, so please do stay tuned. We'll be back in a little while with that. Underworld versus, I'm just checking everything's gone through, I believe Rock Army, but it hasn't been finalized on the brackets as yet, so we'll keep you guys posted if any new information happens to come through. But Shackman Ashton, if you can post your dog tag and platform, we'll get you sorted out. But for now, we'll be RB. Alright guys, so while we wait for our grand finals to be finalized, why don't you come and join me live on stream? ESL123 as always. So I'm just waiting on our Facebook. Ah, cool, thank you Shackman for responding over on Facebook. So we will get going on Mob Crush as our next one. So we'll probably go through and get that done quite quickly so we can get everything done before the stream is all sorts of over. Yes, man, thank you for that. I've also posted the new details of Mob Crush over on Facebook as well. So get your interest in there. We will be ending the Mob Crush giveaway pretty quickly so we can move on to YouTube. Alright, I'll throw out one more invite. If you get 2v2 going, that's alright. Okay. Alright, 2v2. Oh, well 3v2. You can of course come and join in while things are underway. So I don't know exactly when our finals is going to start, but we'll try and keep you guys in games until that happens. So... yes, so this particular stream is all about PC. But if you'd like to join in on iOS, we will be running a tournament of that in 5 hours from right now. Let's see, what should I get? What should I get? Hey, Commander. Commander's good for a laugh. Alright. Ah, donk.
We can do this.
Alright, let's see how we do. Oh, hello.
First man down.
Ah.
Do not let them win. I like what's happening here.
Yes, MC5 Hacksaw, the Facebook winner, already responded, so that's why I didn't put it in the
Do
comments.
not let them win.
I haven't seen the Nougat update. I'll have to have I'll keep an eye out for that
Enemy
one.
drone spotted. Do not let them win.
Ah, I see. I haven't actually played very much Commander. I didn't realise that aiming took your shield down, but I suppose that makes sense. Oh! Intense gamer, what did you realise? Did I get shot in the butt? I did get shot in the butt. Oh man, I did not get.
Airstrike incoming.
Did not do a very good job of that. Intense gamer, why did PewDiePie become successful? I want to know.
Enemy drone.
Alright, let's switch to something else. Let's go with Recon.
Find cover.
Something a bit different. Oh god! Alright. I think I need to find some buddies to hang out with because I'm getting absolutely mobbed. I'm getting.
Enemy drone spotted.
Let's see, maybe this will work? Oh man, I'm getting just rick-rolled everywhere I go. Intense game, I'm doing terribly fine. Well, I would dispute that, but I appreciate your support. Well, shucks.
Enemy drone spotted.
I was all ready to make a friend. Oh boy, I'm so bad at this game. It's great. Right. Alright, I've evolved my turret.
Recon aircraft ready.
Oh man, that evolved turret's done a great job.
Incoming. Last man down.
Alright, I think we may have our... Yes, we do have our grand finals password, so that works out pretty well. Thank you guys for that game, that was a lot of fun. And we'll BRB with that grand finals in, hopefully, just a couple of minutes. Alright, thank you guys. We'll be back soon. Welcome guys to the grand finals itself. Rock Army against Unterwelt. Unterwelt from Argentina. Let's just make sure everything's looking good over here. Looks like Unterwelt will be, well, we'll have a bit of a occupation of Hangar 1, whereas Rock Army gonna be emerging from the command center to try and take over Scramble. Rock are going to be sending a couple of flanking members around, splitting the strength. Interesting, particularly because the Rock Army have actually had one of their players not connect as of yet. So going for a split approach is interesting. It could work if you're not going to try and go for a full-on engage. There we go, 5th member in. MC5 to Haxel will do the YouTube giveaway after the first 2 games of Rock Army versus Unterwelt. So the YouTube giveaway can only last 1 game, but I want to give the guys on Mob Crush a little bit of a chance to get in. Hashtag finals on mobcrush.com/moderncombat if you want to enter in over there. We've already had Facebook and Twitch giveaway winners. It could be you. And of course you are allowed to win on more than one platform. So please get your entries in while you can. Well, let's see who's going to come out ahead. Rock seeming like they've got a connection issue for that 5th player. but still actually manages to win out nonetheless. MC5 to Hacksaw, I think you seem to be missing the point of a giveaway, which is to drive people to go to a particular platform. So I'm not going to not tell anybody just because you're the only entrant. That would be exceptionally bad of me. So Rock Army, despite the early setback, are going to do a pretty good job of controlling the space. Axel, I think staying in the radiation field is a little dicey. I'm going to have to get out of there. You can already tell that they're taking damage over time. Actually, that radiation hung around for a very long time. That's some good area denial from the side of Unterwelt. As Ragnar gets another kill in. We remember from Ragnar from before was really the star player over for the Unterwelt side. We'll see if we can get across. There we go. Ragnar 5 and 3 so far. 50% accuracy, only 10 shots fired, and 5 shots killed them. Well, actually, it's maybe not true. But it sure sounds compelling, so let's pretend it is nonetheless. Ragnar with those boxing gloves hanging it from their BSW. Gonna be lurking. Unterwelt actually get overtaken while Ragnar is doing this maybe overly sneaky strategy and decides to break. Anyone whose rating is stuck in calibration things, please get in touch with Game Loss Support. From what Tear was saying, Game Loss Support can help you out. So get in touch with them and everything should be groovy. So, Unterwelt were doing very, very well, and here we get to see Apache, who is the, I believe, currently not actually the best performing member, but is going to be tied for it on Rock Army. Not afraid of a fight by any means or description. Yes, MC5's Hacksaw, I do mean the boxing gloves accessory. Unfortunately, there's no boxing gloves weapon in the game, but maybe someday. They're clown shoes, you clown. Sean Johnson. I'll have to have a go back and see if I can find my way back to him again. May not let me. Fair enough, MC5 to Hacksaw, it was a little tough to tell. Sean Johnson, thank you for your amazing put down. That was fantastic. Alright, 18 to 18, down to the last couple of minutes. An extremely well matched grand final so far. Nice flank there, put Unterwelt in the lead, and Ragnar getting kills as well. There we go. Ragnar, you betrayed me. I thought, yes, those are in fact clown shoes, not boxing gloves. I just wanted them to be real. I'm a big fan of the Rocky movies, so if I see anything that resembles the boxing glove, I don't look too closely. In case it's not, but maybe I should. It's Sylar. The semi-finals giveaway is still ongoing at the moment. Well, rather, the Mob Crush giveaway is still ongoing at the moment. We'll draw that after the first 2 games are done from our grand finals. Then we'll move to YouTube. And if it's a 3-0, that will be a short YouTube giveaway. If it's a full 5 games, then it will run a little bit longer. But I want to give guys a chance to get in. mobcrush.com/mononcombat #finals. Currently, only MC5 to Hacksaw has entered, I believe. So, if no one else enters, then I guess he'll win. Ragnar gets another kill through. Unterwelt slowly but surely creeping ahead. well, Intense Gamer, if there is a problem with the game, then those are usually things that are worth doing. But yes, I imagine this kind of problem is... Well, yes, to say, Intense Gamer, I'd imagine that support would tell you to do the standard things before they start to move on to the non-standard things, because if you don't do the standard things, then, you know... Alright, Ragnar, leading the pack, most kills in the game so far, Utterwelt controlling, and they will take game 1 of that Grand Finals. So after the next game, whoever wins, the Mob Crush giveaway will be over. Either way around it, stay tuned, we'll be back with game 2 of our Grand Finals, coming up real soon. Alright guys, we are back in circulation for the second game of our grand finals between Rock Army and Unterwelt. Bienvenido a todos. Welcome back everyone. Let's get it on! Unterwelt won the first game after playing things out nice and cool. Now, they'll need to do it one more time. At the end of this game, the Mob Crush giveaway will be drawn. Notice that we've got a bunch more people over on Mob Crush. Good to see. But let's see if Unterwelt can take 2 in a row, or if Vantage will be to their disadvantage. Ragnar doing a bit of the old wall bang, or ceiling bang in this case. Don't think enough damage. Certainly very, very good. As far as the old putting the pressure on, but not if the rest of the team can't follow up. Ragnar, those clown shoes. Haunting my dreams. Let's pop around and see what's going on. So, it looks like we've got Unterwelt trying to break in to the inside, but Rock Army saying nah nah nah. Apache so far, with all the kills for the Rock Army, tries to make a break for the great outdoors. But unfortunately it's going to be sent packing in short order. Ragnar, the hero of Unterwelt from the last game, struggling this time around. 1 of 3. MC5 Haxels can see you hustling over in the YouTube stream. Hey, everyone's hustling, I guess. Apache really stepping up for the Rock side on Vantage, doing extremely well. As Rock Apache can only watch as their teammate gets cut down. Unterwelt's starting to really catch up. MC5 Haxel, you're in the YouTube stream? Are you asking me or are you telling me? I'm confused. MC5 Haxel, as to what you're saying there. Ragnar does get a kill for Unterwelt as Apache trades it back onto Ragnar immediately. Yeah, nice to see you guys on Mob Crush, discovering what games you might have in common with each other. The Modern Combat 5 community is of course going to be a bunch of people with diverse tastes as well as Modern Combat 5. So hey, if you guys end up forming a lifelong bond that will last until your graves, then that's great. Rock Army in the lead for now. Let's see who else we can find. Pepe gets taken out. Bell, 2-0 so far with the rocking the shocking pink lack. MC5 to Haxel, you're going to stream MC5 as well. Intense gamer, that was deep. Are you talking about what I said or something else? Tetris? Oh boy, I would watch some intense Tetris action on MC5 Haxel's channel. But sadly, I will not be provided for. Rock Army still in the lead for the moment. Turkish has been mixed up in a lot of these fights, but let's see if we can find someone who's more directly. Shinigami, a death god on the field right now for Unterwelt. Again, we know that Unterwelt like to play this slow and steady style. Shinigami is going to try and punish the occupation of the upper floor. A little slow on the shot there. There's so little time to make these shots, but I think Shinigami has been spotted out by Rock Army. So do they go back out and try and go for a sniper battle? It's the mistake, because Axel is able to finalize the kills. MC5 Hacksaw, are you in the YouTube stream? I don't know. You tell me, man. I can't go. Unfortunately, I can't go over there and check for you. Why can't you tell yourself? Coming up on 2 minutes remaining. Rock and Underwell both pretty close so far and have been for a good majority of this game. Bro able to take a little bit of shelter, but is getting attacked from multiple angles. Takes out Ragnar, who was going for a very well placed flank, and then manages to make even more of it. Bro and the rest of the Rock side may have found that exchange that they can use to ride all the way to the end. Shinigami picks off 1 kill, but Unterwelt are still behind. Vantage, one of those maps that can be a little tricky to really cement a lead in. MC5 to Hacks, I'm afraid I don't really understand what you're saying. But I wouldn't worry too much about it. Yes, honestly, I'm just having trouble figuring out what it is you're saying. But it'll be fine. Rock Army look to be, with just over a minute left to play, pretty capable of bringing things back. With a 4 kill difference, Unterwelt could, and it's a big could, if they can get some untraded kills, which I'm starting to think is looking less and less likely, bring this one back to an even series. With Ragnar taking 16 deaths so far, he's going to be the highest scoring person in the game. But if Ragnar's dead, they're not getting kills. 5 kills for Unterwelt. Untraded is what they need now to come back in. Now 6. It's looking like it may be a short stay. I don't mind people advertising as long as they don't get too carried away with it. I know that sometimes people will spam, and if that's the case, then I'll ask them to stop. But Rock Army have stopped the momentum of Unterwelt 1-1. So we have got a series on our hands, and of course as well, that means we need to draw the Mob Crush giveaway winner. So okay, our Mob Crush winner will be MC5 to Hacksaw. MC5 to Hacksaw, if you could post your dog tag and platform. We will be moving on to YouTube for our final giveaway of the day. Alright, so 1-1 apiece means we've got at least 2 more games coming, so please do stay tuned, and we'll be back with those games as soon as they're ready. Alright guys, we're just waiting for that finals game 3 to get going. While we're doing that, I will get the Nightbot giveaway going on YouTube. But if we can, we'll fit in a custom game. It's every possibility that we will end up having to abandon the ship on this, as you kind of might expect. But we'll see how it goes. Let's see. Actually, it looks like Nightbot might be misbehaving. Might need to do this one by hand. Let me just check. Oh no, it's okay. Right, I'm going to get the giveaway set up now. So, usual sort of stuff. Let's get a few more players in, hopefully, if we can. Right. So, anti-spam will be in place on YouTube, as always. But I'll just get all the details to give out in a second. Alright, so that's all in place. Let's see if we can just get a 2v2 going. Alright, well, I'll get this started because it looks like we've got the pass key for our third finals match. Definitely not the final game of the finals because it's one apiece. But still, I'll let this game get started. So any of you guys who'd like to join in can, but we will be dropping out to attend that tournament game. Enrique the player, do you think adding night versions of some maps and flashlights, including non-procedural, is a good idea? I think it would be a good idea, Enrique, but it would probably be quite hard to implement because of you'll notice that the game doesn't have dynamic shadows. Having dynamic lighting from flashlights and things, I think would be pretty hard to pull off on a lot of people's phones. So it's a cool idea, Enrique, but I don't think it will probably happen, to be honest. It may happen in, well, it's something which would be more of a PC or console thing, because yeah, lighting is really hard to do well. Right, so let me just put out all the details on the stream. Let me also update our main page with the details of the giveaway. Alright, should be in the chat now and on the Facebook page. Now it will be on stream as well. Right, so I believe we'll have our pre-game lobby up in just a second. There we go. So stay tuned, guys. We will be starting with the game 3 as soon as the players are ready. For now, we'll BRB. Volveremos enseguida. Alright guys, let's get stuck in once again. Rock Army from Mexico, still on the blue. Underwelt over, or Underwelt rather, still over on the red from Argentina. 1 game apiece. Rooftops, our next destination. Looks like some of the Rock Army are a little late to this party, but still not going to stop them from picking up that first blood. Ragnar looking for those long-range kills. Won't find it quite this time. Pepe, the first underbelt kill, as Ragnar manages to get a nice little flank across as well. Not using the thermal scope. Hey Psych Gaming, how's it going? You join us for Game 3 of the best of 5 between Underwelt and Rock Army. The grand finals of our tournament today on PC only. So, let me guys know, how do you feel like these guys compare, PC players versus Android and iOS players? Certainly mouse and keyboard traditionally seen as a very, very strong combination for first-person shooters. But I'm not noticing the game feeling dramatically different. I don't know, how does it feel to you guys? Let me know. The giveaway is on YouTube at the moment, #finals. Do be aware, because Nightbot is running that particular giveaway, you only need to be able to, you only need to enter once. If you enter more than once, a Nightbot may well disqualify you, so be careful of that. Neos, it's an interesting idea. I think requiring votes from both teams seems like a reasonable way of getting around some of the issues. Or, yes, or rather the main issue, which is that people would use it for the purpose it was not intended for. So I think I think with that in mind, I think it could potentially happen. Definitely, if you can bring it up next time we have the Modern Combat 5 versus the community streams, and see what the community managers make of it, if it's something that they want to bring forward to the developers. If you can persuade them, then maybe they can persuade someone else. Hey Simon Kessie, how's it going? You think it's a bad idea? Simon Kessie, what makes you think it's a bad idea? I'd like to hear, definitely want to hear as many different sides of this as possible. Ragnar still leading the charge for Underwelt as things settle down, 9 kills apiece. 1 for Shinigami will put them ahead, and of course Underwelt with the control of the rooftops. Able to abuse that lead and force Rock Army to come to them. We can see more of the Underwelt members making sure they're up on this high ground. Radiation grenades gonna do a little bit of damage, but not enough. Ragnar's still looking for more. Knows that the Rock Army offensive can only be a few moments away. It's now 10 v 10. Underwelt could, well, if they stay in this defensive position, they do sort of motivate Rock Army to push this through to the sudden death by running out the clock. Because Underwelt currently have a pretty good defensive position. I don't know if Rock Army would win if they tried to go all-out offensive. Let's see if we can find someone from the side of Rock Army to keep a track of what they're doing. So, we've got CO1. Not having the best of games so far, but Pepe doing pretty well. 7 and 4. In fact, the best individual performance. So if the offensive move is going to come from Rock Army, I'd imagine it's going to involve Pepe if it's going to succeed. 3 minutes left to play. As always, the third game of the best of 5 is the one where the momentum really starts to build. Pepe takes out Shinigami as they try and set themselves up on the stairs. Neos, they will, speaking as someone who has lots of ideas, don't worry, people will generally try and poke holes in your ideas as the very first reaction, because it's usually a lot easier to poke holes in ideas than it is to come up with them, and so yeah, I won't worry about it. Like, if you find that you can't defend it, then it might not be a good idea, but I don't think that means you should stop trying to defend it. As Ragnar picks up kill number 1, gets a melee into 2, able to duck away in time before retaliation comes from the Rock Army. 2 minutes left to play, 2 kills ahead for the Argentinian side. Unterwelt back up to the rooftops again. They know they have the advantage. They know that Rock Army have to come to them. Enrique the player, I'd say I like your ideas from when I've heard them before. Some of them were quite complicated, but usually the best way to present ideas like this is to firstly identify a problem in the game or a perceived problem, and then your idea is a way to solve that problem. So if you're going to send an emails to Gameloft, that's kind of how you want to do it. So, for instance, you know, if you've got the idea about the vote kicking, for example, you could say people who are disruptive or whatever in games are a major issue. Like, here's 2-3 videos of it happening on various different people's streams. I can tell that everybody wants to get rid of this player, but they don't have any way to do it. And so, at that point, you can say, my idea is a vote kick option that if it's chosen by everybody else in the game, will kick a player from the game. And then, hey, there you go, you've built an argument. What is not in contention, though, is that Unterwelt are in the lead. Rock Army will have to make a push in, but what will it cost them? Unterwelt get the one kill more untraded. Now Rock Army have to get an almost perfect push. Will they attack from multiple angles? Shinigami does get taken out. Ragnar looking for a further target. Turkish popped off the other side. 10 seconds more for Rock Army. Ragnar, very quick snipe onto Pepe, and that may have been enough. Rock, nowhere to be seen. They haven't made enough of a move in, and Unterwelt take the momentum in this series. Alright guys, so if Unterwelt win one more time, we will be done for the day. But for now, we'll be headed to break. And we'll be back in just a little while. Volveremos enseguida. Welcome, gentle friends. Bienvenido a todos. Welcome, everyone. We're waiting for the next finals game, so while we wait, come join me in free-for-all action. Interesting that you guys having the conversation about voice chat. I think it's really great to be having those kind of conversations. I don't know if it's the right kind of game for it, because yes, it would add overhead to a game that they're already kind of trying to streamline as much as possible, but I think it could potentially be interesting. Neos, you're watching the stream, eating, commenting, and designing a house. Neat! What kind of house are you designing, Neos? That sounds really cool. Hey, Elder Peter, how's it going? You join us just before Game 4 of our grand finals today. Let's see if we can get a few of you guys in to have a little mess around. Conversion is a big enough map. We'll probably want to get a few more players in before we get started. I know there's I think there aren't so many PC players around, so we'll make do with 4 if we can get up to 4. Let's see how things go. Magical Banana, I didn't think I said already, but I like your voice, like your name. I'm sure your voice is delightful as well. Alright, well, let's get started. Any of you guys can come and join in with the passkey displayed to the bottom right of the screen. But for now, we're just killing some time really while we wait for that finals to get all set up and done. Inevitably, it will interrupt this game, but hey, at least we've got underway, and we can maybe get to see a few kills thrown around before time is ever so briefly up. What do you guys think about the finals? Is time up for Rock Army, or will they make their comeback of the century? Sight gaming, I only tend to play on PC, because I'm fairly terrible at the game, so I find it a lot easier to play on PC because it's more, you know, it's more what I'm used to. Alright, I'm going to try and set up a little sniper nest over here. See how well it works out. I killed someone! Peter, you can in fact join. In fact, I insist you do. Oh no! Got killed by Hitler. That old chestnut, eh? Hitlery Littler. Oh man, just Neos, I almost gotcha. Yes, of course you can come and join in all the way up until our finals. Next final game starts, which I think, if I'm going to check the chat, it is going to be right now. Yes, we have got the passkey for the next game, so I have to leave you guys to it. I hope you enjoy that free-for-all, and of course you can carry on joining in that free-for-all all the way up until it is over. Just the fact that I'm not in there anymore, don't let that put you off, dear friends. Instead, rise above. Enrique the player, at least you're not using O1. Well, maybe next time I will. Alright, we've got our passkey for the next game, so we are potentially looking at the close out of our series here. We shall see, gentle friends. We shall see. Looks like the players are pretty much ready to go, so we shall waste little time in jumping into lobby and hopefully shortly into game itself. Once more, Rock Army from Mexico against Unterwelt from Argentina. 2 games to Unterwelt? Can they make it 3? Or have Rock got the stones to bring it back, to reverse this momentum for Unterwelt and take the series 3-2? Magical Banana and Enrique the player, I can see you feel very strongly about the R1. Let's see. Let's say... Oh, I see. Interesting, a self-aiming weapon. I don't think I've actually used the R1 as of yet, but I think I have seen it around, and I think I've got that one. But yes, a self-aiming weapon seems to be a bit of a self-defeating strategy. Isn't that? Is that a prestige weapon, or is it? I know that that generally self-aiming stuff isn't really. Looking on the wiki for the game, it's saying you may be called a noob for using this gun, which I guess makes sense. Yes, Neos, the idea of voice chat isn't a bad idea by any means. In fact, many games have implemented it because it is a useful thing to have. In this kind of context where people probably aren't on Discord with each other or something similar, then I see it's got a little bit more use. I don't know, like it will be hard, I think, to sell that it is worthwhile implementing versus the amount of overhead it would add to the game. So it might. I definitely would bring it up and see what Gameloft make of it. If it's kind of one of those things that with these kind of ideas, Gameloft need to already have had the idea for them to really pick up on it. So to kind of re-explain, if they were already thinking about adding voice chat and you said, I would like voice chat, that would make it more likely that they would. If they were not planning on adding it, that's probably because they've already had that discussion, and so it doesn't really matter what you said. They wouldn't do it because of the various reasons that Radu might not even know. But anyway, Magical Banana. I imagine maybe a way around it would be to have some sort of communication wheel so that people could communicate a bit more. Even if it's just a case of I need help or something like that. But it's a good idea. I think the basic underlying idea, which is Modern Combat 5 players should try and make it as easy as possible for them to communicate with each other, whether that be through voice chat or through some other system. I don't know. Ragnar gets the first kill, shooting Pepe. It looked like in the knee, but still able to take them out. Will be the recipient of many, many grenades from the side of Rock Army. The old sniper relocate gonna be coming into full force. I think maybe not realizing that it's gonna be a welcome gift from a second visit from Pepe, but a second kill and a third for Unterwelt to start this off. Believe it or not, there's actually a type of ammunition that can follow people. Interesting. What's that kind of ammunition, Neos? Sight Gaming MC5 has callouts. Well, I know it has. I don't remember hearing callouts before, but I know there's some degree of callouts in terms of you get the, well, as you can see, you've got the various kill streaks being available and things, but as far as I need assistance and things, is that already a thing, or did I just completely miss that somehow? Yes, Magical Bananas, there's no team communication in public matches. I think the idea of being able to to be able to do quick chat kind of things where you choose what you're going to say from a list or from like a little radial manual is probably a lot easier to implement than voice chat and has a lot less overhead. So that would be the kind of thing that I'd imagine if you're going to have voice chat in it, you would do it in stages rather than just being like, oh, now we have voice chat, because that's a lot of work. Whereas a radial chat feature would be probably the first thing you would do, and if people were using that, then you would maybe then start implementing more robust features. Alright, so back to the game itself. Underworld from Argentina doing extremely well in the early going, despite being down to just 4 members. I think... No, yes, it is 5v4 in favour of the Rock Army. That hasn't slowed things down. Ragnar doing very well, though Bro and the rest of the Rock Army are starting to catch up a bit, winning out these individual trades and dominating the main part of the area. Underworld are trying to limit the amount of aggression that can be put on by Rock Army by controlling the space towards the side of the map, but they are getting attacked from multiple angles, and I don't see it going well. Number 1 and number 5 coming in from the side. Oh wow, Underworld just won out of that fight hugely. I think that was 4 kills in a row. Lured in Rock Army to their center of strength and absolutely punished. Still, Axel has done something to break the outside presence of Underworld, who look like they're going to go back to the well once more. Axel still managing to get enough kills to catch up a little bit. No video chat, that would be stupid. I don't see video chat being a thing. I don't know why anybody would want video chat. I can just imagine it now, you know, giant pictures of people's faces using up the entirety of the screen, and you've just got to play on a postage-sized stamp of the game. Boy. Side gaming, I know there is going to be that new dual map that people voted for. Okay, so smart bullet, 50 caliber bullets equipped with optical sensors can follow moving targets. So I'm guessing it's a very mild self-aiming, as in it's you know, if it figures out what it is it's being shot at, then it can probably move. I presume it can move, like, slightly, change its trajectory. Yes, so as Roy is saying, not the players can't see where everybody is. That's just something put in place for us, so that we can keep track of what the heck's going on in the game. As Pepe and the rest of Rock looking like they might actually catch up, though Ragnar is still doing great work with the knife. Apache runs into Ragnar. Apache currently doing very, very well along with Axel. Ragnar is the one that the success of Rock is kind of relying on, as they do come back in with the next member. Axel surviving that last encounter as well. There we go, dropping him with Ragnar. Rocking the BSW at the moment. It's going to be roaming around with the nearly half of Underworld's kills on that one player. Live or die by their success. And die seems to be the shape of it right now. 30-30. Underworld, if they win this game, they will be our champions of the day. But things have looked a bit shaky for a while. A huge lead for Underworld has started to deteriorate. Now all 5 members of the Argentinian side in circulation. Will it make it better or worse? If it's a weak player or weaker player who has come back and joined in, they could be a points funnel for the Rock Army team. But Underworld and Ragnar able to control these doorways very well and cut down a lot of Rock Army as they go. Enrique the player, what about musket style sniper? Interesting. I'm not really sure what you mean, but that does sound interesting. Neos, you think the lack has got some basis in reality because of its target lock feature? Could be. I don't know how, you know, kind of realistic Modern Combat 5 is as the game in terms of if the weapons are based on real guns. I assume that they are to an extent, but I don't know how far that goes in terms of, you know, I assume that realism isn't the highest priority. Underworld are up by 2 kills. 15 seconds left to go. Ragnar gets some more. Rock Army desperately need to pick up more kills. Ragnar takes out Apache and takes out Bro. 3 seconds left, and Underwelt will be our champions of the day. Congratulations to them. Just gonna let Sylar know what's going on. And that we're all done with our tournament games for the day. Muskit. What is a muskit with an I? I've not come across that myself. It sounds interesting. No, maybe you could... well, I suppose we could always have a bit of a Google. For a muskit is as opposed to a musket. Let's have a look. I can't find anything about it. Alright, well, never mind. Let's see who's going to be our YouTube winner. So, when I draw this, you will have 2 minutes to respond. So, we'll see if you're here. Roy Jax. Roy Jax. Oh, you just posted. Ideal. So, Roy Jax, you have 2 minutes to post your dog tag and platform. Better get going. Alright, Roy Jax. Site Gaming, yes, we should be streaming the Android ESL next week. We're looking forward to seeing you playing live on the stream. That should be fun. Okay, MC5 to Hacksaw, got your details. Alright, right. So, once we've got your stuff down, then we'll be back in 3.5 hours time for our next tournament. In the intervening time, I'm going to get a nap, because I'll be starting streaming at 12 at night. So I'll need my Z's. Yeah, thank you guys for joining in the stream. Let's see. Still not super clear on what the whole musket thing was about. But hey. So just waiting on Roy, and then we'll shut things down for now. But I hope you guys have been enjoying it. MV and Sylar have been your ESL admins today, making sure everything has been nice and well run behind the scenes. Hero Gaming Simon, thank you for dropping by. Hope your dog has been enjoying its yogurt. There we go. Rojax, thank you for your details. So, that will be all for us for now. But we will be back. We will return in 3 hours and 38 minutes from now. Rojax, got your details? So, we'll see you guys on the Flibbity Flop. 3.5 hours from now, we'll be back. Let's see, do I have a goodbye? Yeah, Domino, it's over. But soon, it will begin again. Alright guys, we'll see you then. Have a nice evening until I return.